up, my lovely people? Happy Monday. It's Monday. Not our favorite day of the week, right? Definitely not mine. But it's Monday and we woke up. So that's what matters, right? I think so. I think that's the way to go. Hi. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hey, Little Sky. Little Sky's Big World. Okay, I got the whole thing. Hey, the three Slay sisters. What's up? What's up, babes? How y'all doing? So I'm letting a few more people get on before we start this lovely podcast. Okay, so today's topic is a little interesting. Hi, Skylar. Hi, Skylar. How are you, honey? Let me see here. What's good? How you guys doing this Monday morning? Afternoon. Yeah, I've been up for a long time. So at this point, it was still morning for me. Oh, I wanna sing it. Well, guys, as you guys know, so today's title, what we're talking about today is family breakups. So we're gonna talk about family breakups, and I named it. The title I put was "Family Breakups May Hurt or Set You Free." Okay. Got a little white thing up in here. Okay. So, I am aware that separating yourself from family may hurt. But if you ask me, it can also set you free. Sorry, I was waiting for my music. I love playing my whole entire song, you know? It's my brother, the one singing, so I gotta represent. But not only that, he's a whole talent. So I gotta let the whole thing. Okay. See, now we're gonna get started. Hi, love, hi. So guys, like I was saying, today's topic, it's about breaking up with your family, okay? It's a very sensitive topic for many people. For others, it's kind of like, well, I break up with my family all the time, so, you know. But I am aware. The reason why I want to touch this topic is because I'm actually going through something. So most of the things that I talk about always have a lot to do with what I'm living. I don't really base it off of someone else's story, even though we can all relate. So I can definitely relate to something that can happen to someone else, that might happen to someone else. But usually when I'm talking about a subject, a specific subject, it's because I'm going through something and I like to pay it forward. I like for people to engage with me, and I want people's opinions too, which is the reason why I'm doing my podcast live, because you know, I have an opinion, which is all it is. You know, we all have a voice, but we all have our own opinions. And I do like to get other people's inputs on what I talk about, because of course I might not always be right in my thought or in what I'm thinking, and maybe there's no right or wrong, but maybe there's just another way of looking at things, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I usually like to talk about the things that I'm going through. I'm an open book with you guys because I just feel like that's That's what humanity needs. I think that's what the world needs. The world needs more voices. The world needs for us to speak up a little bit more, for us to stand up for ourselves a little bit more, for us to value ourselves a lot more. So, with that being said, I'm going to get to it. So, the reason why I say breaking up with family can hurt or it can set you free. I'm gonna I'm gonna actually say that it can. I've experienced both. I have experienced the hurt while breaking up with a family, and at this point now, I'm experiencing freedom. Okay, so that's what I'm going through right now. Now, um, this is the way I see things. Some of us, a lot of us humans, we tend to stay close to our family because we say, "Hey, it's family. Family comes first," and we tend to always worry about, okay, family. We just want to worry about our families and always how can I put this in layman's terms? We a lot of us that we, especially us in a big families, the ones that have big families, um, we try to more or less go by the acceptance of our family. Okay. I've done this, well, I don't do it anymore, but I did do this a really long time in my life. And when I mean family, I'm not talking about your immediate family. So that's one of the issues that people tend to get confused. We all grow up when we're young, when we're in our youth and we're in our teens, we're not over age yet. We are our parents' responsibility. Yes, we are. So we have to do what they say. If we live under their roof, we have to abide by their rules because it is what it is. We live there. We're not working yet until we do so. And once we start working, getting our own stuff, then we bloom, we move out. That's life. Well, a lot of us, we grow up. When we grow up, we tend to stick around mom or dad, or because I don't know, I feel like a lot of parents, and I'm gonna speak on a lot of Latinos because I'm a Latina. I come from a Cuban background. So it's maybe what I see most. But I think that sometimes a lot of like the Latino parents, when they're done raising us, it's like we owe them. I don't know if you guys stay with me here. For example, I'm doing everything that I have to do for my children. I have two children that are mine that I birth, but I really have like three. But then, technically speaking, I really have like 18 if you count all my nieces and nephews. They're all mine. But really, mine that I birth and raising three, basically. Okay? I'm gonna do everything that I can do for my children. I'm gonna provide them with the best, what I can. I don't give them everything that they want because I feel that it's part of the process. Life has to teach you a little bit, and we have to work for a lot of what we want, right? So I do that. But once my kids grow up, I really don't think my kids owe me anything because I made a choice. I decided that I was gonna become a mother. I decided that I was going to go through the process. And although motherhood or parenthood, fatherhood does not come with a guide or a handbook that tells you what to do, we had to figure it out and just follow the process, right? So, really, I don't think my kids owe me anything. But there is something that is called loyalty, there's something that is called humbleness, gratefulness, right? All these things is what we teach our kids and instill in our kids, in our children, so that when they grow up, they know how to be grateful, they know how to be loyal, they know how to be a companion, they know how to be a friend, they know how to be of service, period, right? Okay, so when you don't have children or you're not married and you grow up in your household with your family, whether it's big or it's small, once you become of age and once you actually have your kids, your husband, your family of your own. You don't even have to have kids. You got married. You're blooming. You're creating your life. Once that happens, that your immediate family, it's no longer mom, dad, brother, and sister. Your immediate family becomes your husband, your wife, your children, and the people what you have created. Okay. But a lot of us tend to think that we have a debt, a debt. Sorry, my English is not very good looking. My Spanish neither, so don't worry about it. I don't speak ni English ni Spanish. No, don't worry. But as long as you understand me, we're good. So what I'm trying to say here is that there comes a time that we start finding ourselves. Now we want to do what we want to do. But maybe your parents are holding you back. Maybe your sister, maybe your brother, it could be your grandfather, it could be the family itself, period. They start holding you back. Why do they start holding you back? They start holding you back because you start feeling some type of way about, oh my God, but that's my mom. She did so much for me. Or that's my dad. They did so much for me. Now he's telling me, oh my God, you're just going to leave, move out, whatever. What about me? I need help with my rent, with this and that. And a lot of us tend to stay because of that. A lot of us tend to not enjoy many possibilities that just plain possibilities of many different things we can do. And a lot of us actually lose chances on those possibilities of just you being able to do something because we're too busy worried about what we owe. Because that's how you start feeling. You start feeling like, okay, I was raised. Now I want to go out and start working and create my legacy, do something. But this happens to majority of the humans. You start growing up and it's barely any of us that say, you know what? I mean, unless you're the type of parent or the type of child that said, okay, I'm programming myself to do this, and I'm leaving high school, going straight off to college. I'm gonna be in a dorm or I'm moving out of town or whatever, unless you're that type. For us Latinos, or I don't see it a lot. As a Latina, I don't see it so much. And I'm not sure why. But what I don't see as much is that I don't see that we leave too much. Like I think Latinos are very used to being that family oriented, sticking together kind of people, and then years and years pass by, and the family's still super united. We do the whole Sunday dinners or Saturday weekends, whatever it is, right? Which is beautiful. I love that. I love it. But there comes a time that you don't know what to do. You start looking at yourself in a way as, you know, I want more. I want more. And you're not going out to get that more because you're afraid of maybe making your family feel bad, your mom, your dad, they need you, so they say. And I'm not saying they don't. They probably do. But you know what? What we have to think of is that our parents also had a youth. They also had a time that they had a choice. And they also made a choice and did whatever it is they had to do to bring you into this world and to have you, and they figured it out. I know that happened. And you couldn't help at that time because, well, you were being conceived. Then after that, they were too busy raising you. And now it's your turn. So now it's like, oh, what about me? Okay. I'm going to tell you like this, because a lot of people sometimes they tend to see me like, damn, you're a little harsh. And I'm like, no, I'm not harsh at all. Am I strong-minded? Do I have an attitude? Yeah, I make a lot of decisions, and I usually don't care what you think, how you feel about the decision that I made, because I know that the decision that I made is good for me. So how you feel about it is truly not my concern. However, that doesn't mean I'm cold-hearted. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means that I need to protect my peace and do what's best for me. There's a lot of humans out there that don't see this. There's a lot of humans out there that don't get it. And I talk about this because it must be said. I think, we talk about it maybe amongst us and whatnot, but I think this is something that needs to be heard 1,001 times. Because if you don't get out of that bubble that you're in, you're going to end up suffering so much more and accomplishing so much less than if you did the opposite. Maybe today you look at your parents, whoever depends on you, If and I'm talking about if you're an adult, if you're ready to kick ass and to go and pursue your dreams, you can't let anyone stop you, and that's including family. This is I'm basically speaking about family here because family is the only one that could actually do this to you. You see, you have your friends, and yeah, we love them. Friends, oh, but you're an acquaintance. But family, we start feeling different about it because family talk to us in a different way. Family approach us in a different way. Family like to give us that guilt. They like to make us feel guilty of certain things when we're doing certain things. You understand what I'm saying? You see where I'm coming from? And it's natural. It's a natural thing. Don't get me wrong. It's normal for something like that to happen. It happens in the best or the worst family. It happens all the time. But I need you guys to really open your eyes and tell yourself, okay, my family needs me. But if you stay there, now you're going to try to help your family as much as you can. But if you don't go out to work for what you really want, if you don't go after your passion, if you don't follow that dream because, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to, hi, honey. So if you tell anyone, you know what? I'm gonna get my dreams, I'm gonna accomplish it, but I'm just gonna do it later. Now you're putting it on the sideline, okay? The moment you put something on the side it stays. I tell everyone, don't ever come to me and tell me, no, I have plan A and plan B. So in case A doesn't work out, I'm settling with B because, it's a backup. A backup means you're never going to accomplish what you initially want to accomplish. Anything that can back you up says you might not make it. It sounds weird, but it is. It is like that. And it is what it is, but it's like that. Now y'all gotta give me a second because I gotta open.
This is the gate guard,
You see,
and this call may be recorded.
I gotta.
Hi, you have a Walmart delivery.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You see, I had a Walmart delivery. That was important. Had to answer the call. Okay? So we're good. Back to it. I was talking about having a backup plan. When you have a backup plan, that means you're not going to acquire what you want. You're not going to reach your dreams. It's not going to happen. Now, the reason why I tell you this is because having a plan B is like having a safety net, somewhere to fall on, which means that you're not going to put your whole energy to plan A. You know why you're not going to do it? Because you know that if this doesn't work, I got a plan B. So if you don't have a plan B, for example, and you only have a plan A, I guarantee you're going to say, I'm going to make it happen and it's going to work no matter what. You know why? Because that's the only plan you have. If this doesn't work, there's nothing else. So you know what? It's gonna work. And manifestation is the thing. The law of attraction is the thing. So the moment you put all your energy to that one idea, that's when success starts opening their doors to you. Why am I telling you this? Because with family, it works the same exact way. I come from a huge family. I try to help my family a lot. I try to help them a lot and what I can. And I've needed a lot of help myself. So now I look at myself and I'm very proud of myself. And I say, wow, I can't believe how wise I am, how smart I am. I can actually say this about myself now because I believe in myself enough. I've learned that to find out that You know what? If you don't go to school, okay, you didn't go to school. Not going to school does not make you stupid. If you didn't go to school, that doesn't make you stupid. You need to learn right from wrong. Let's remember this though. What really is going to teach you in life, what's really going to teach you in life is life. What's really going to teach you how to handle life is life. That's the only way you're going to learn anything. In school, they're going to teach you the basics. That's pretty much it. But I think, I don't know if they're doing it now, but in my time, I'm a millennial. And in my time, I didn't have a class about credit. I didn't have a class about Bitcoin. How come we weren't taught that? That's what they should have been teaching us. So that when we grew up, we knew what to do with the Bitcoin. We know what to do with, you see what I'm saying? So how come they don't teach about that? How come they hadn't taught me about credit, how important it is to have a credit? Because without a credit, guess what? You can't have shit here. Like, I mean, I just need people to get it already. I'm like, hey, I want to buy a house. Unless you want a little scratch off and you want like 100 million or something like that, and you're about to pay a car, like a house or a car cash, anything cash like that, you gotta have credit, baby. So how come school didn't teach us about this? How come I didn't have a full-blown lesson about HFX, Forex, trading? That's not new. It's not new. Oh, but the real important stuff that it was gonna get you to actually conquer your dreams, that's not what they're teaching. No. No. So they teach the basic. Life is gonna teach you everything else. So, as far as family is concerned, I wasn't always this bright, but I hit rock bottom. I, like everyone, we all have a story to tell, but there was a point that from having a lot, I went to having like nothing, starting from zero. And that's when I started realizing, okay, now I know what I have to do. The moment you hit rock bottom, you start understanding that you have to do whatever it is for yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. If I hit rock bottom, but my parents, my family was there, why did I hit rock bottom if I had my family? You know why? Because they weren't there to stop whatever nonsense I was doing. So you can't stop whatever dream I have now. And if I'm saying I'm going for it, you can't say, okay, but you can't leave me behind. Oh no, but what about me? But after everything I did for you? I've heard so many parents tell that to their kids. And then I'm here like, so ain't that what you're supposed to do? I mean, you had kids for what? So that, okay, because that's another thing. There might be people out there that say, you know what, I'm going to have a whole bunch of kids so that my kids can work for me and then have me like this, that, and this. There's minds like that. There's a little bit of everything in this world. Let me remind you that. Don't you forget it. There's a little bit of everything. Exactly, honey. You got to keep growing. You got to keep growing. There's at no point in time can you actually just stay stuck somewhere. No, but family will do that to you, okay? Honey, your family have a way to manipulate you and to make you feel like, okay, you're still not doing enough. These conversations are hard to talk about because maybe anyone will hear me and will be like, oh my God, how is she with their family or whatever? Well, if you guys follow me, you guys know that my family love me. Like, they love me. Not more than what I love them. You know, I'm definitely very extremely family oriented. And I had a time of my life. My sisters, we've always grown up together, like super together, super close. And there was a point that one of them decided to move to Atlanta. And when she decided to move, I thought that was weird. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever. It's like I grew up in such a bubble that for me, I thought that we were never going to separate. I was like, my sisters, my family, whenever they move somewhere, we're all moving together. We're never going to separate. This was a young mentality. you know? But one sister moves. Then the other one moves. Now I'm devastated. Now I'm mad at both of them. Like, oh, y'all left me? Mind you, my parents a little bit the same. Oh, you guys are gonna leave that far? Oh, whatever, but oh this and that. And mind you, my dad mainly had a few times that he was like, watch, yep, let her go, watch how she's gonna come back. Watch how she's gonna come back because she needs us, you know? Those things happen. This is the reason why I'm paying this forward, you know? And I'm like, okay. But I think for everyone, it's different. And this is the reason why I pay it forward, because there's a lot of people that I believe need to hit rock bottom. I believe that there's a lot of people that need to see themselves at their worst moment so that they can snap out of it and see how many good moments they can really cost themselves. See what I'm saying? So for me, it was a moment when I was growing that I was like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do that. Maybe my parents didn't agree with a lot of the things that I wanted to do because, okay, your parents actually also tend to try to choose what you're going to be when you grow up. Doesn't always happen, but there's a lot, especially if you are anything like me and you love the artistic world, right? I love dancing. I love acting. I love modeling. I love fashion. So for me, my world is this: being out there with the public and entertaining and putting a smile on people's faces and just paying all of that forward. That's what it is for me. It hasn't changed. I've been like this since I was little, but of course, being that I come from a Cuban background too, and my parents back in the day, back in the 80s, early 80s, things were different. You were saying that you wanted to be a model or a singer or whatever, your parents would automatically think, nope, that's the drug world. You're not entering that. You're not doing that. That's that. But what you can do is you could become a doctor, a lawyer, an attorney, you know? And I'm like, okay, that was my case. Out of the many things, I didn't like much of any. That because everything was a lot of books. When I figured out that I finished high school and that I had to go to college and then take English, math, literature, speech, I was like, what? What? And I was like, oh, hell no, this is not for me. So I love helping people. I went through the medical field, and I said, okay, so let's do this nurse thing. What's the worst that can happen? I did love it until a point in time where I decided that I didn't have to work for anyone else. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure if I decided that or if God, well, I was going to call him dad. Yes, he is my dad. Or if God decided that for me, but everything does happen for a reason. I love the medical field. I was in the medical field for over 15 years. Loved it totally, was totally a passion for me. But it came to a time where I had kids. I started calling out too many times because my kids have ADHD, but then my son was going through separation anxiety. It was something that was really bad. So I had to be in and out of work, and I lost one too many jobs. Until I started getting really stressed. I was like, you know what? I had another whole history happen to me. I collapsed, fell, and then I had to leave the medical field and go through a rough patch. That's when I hit rock bottom. That's when I started taking therapy. That's when I started talking to a therapist. That's when I start, venting. And that's when God hit, like the message came through. Honey, do what you like to do because it's going to work at some point, right? And now, today I am my own boss. I have my own business. But guess what? Family still interferes a little bit. Yes. Why does family interfere? Because I'm growing. And because I'm smarter and I'm wiser and I know what I want now. So I am also very humble, which happens to all of us. I'm humble, but I have a heart that even though it's in here, but I'm sure it's the size of my whole body because I have too much love to give. It's too much the love that I have inside to give that I can't even believe I'm single. Okay, I'm not. I'm like still wondering. I'm like I've changed already. Like not people not seeing. Can't even believe how single I am because I got so much love to give that a lot of this love, because I don't have a significant other and I only have my children. So with my children, I give them the most, but I'm still there helping family. And when I say help, I'm not talking about economically. Doesn't necessarily have to be economically. I'm talking about, I don't know, it could be even with words. And even helping certain family members with words can be so draining. It could be so draining. So, excuse me, I'm trying to get to somewhere with this. And where I'm trying to get to is that we have to focus. We have to take a moment to ourselves and reflect and say, okay, I understand that I want to help my family. I understand that my mom, either my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, they need help. And if I'm able to do it, I can. But when you're in that point of your life that you're trying to find yourself and you're trying to make it, right now, I'm nowhere near to where I want to be in life. I'm nowhere near. But it's been a good year. After this year passed by, I started doing more. I started, growing. Like I developed. It's been good. But I can tell you this. Out of everything that I've done and within the past year that I've seen myself with growth and I've seen myself, learning more, a little more prosperous, a little, there's many things that I'm doing. I'm on a verge of buying a home. It's a lot of good things coming. I a lot of times I don't like to say too much because it's life. Hate is gonna come from left or right. And if you don't have any hate, then that means you're not doing nothing right. So you need to have some hate on you, honey, because that's actually what tells you. Such is life. That's just the way it is. And we have to learn to accept that part, right? So with that being said, we need to learn how to accept the hate that comes and say, okay, well, I like that you're hating and I like all of this because this actually tells me I'm moving, I'm creating a movement. But when you're ready to create this movement, I need you to understand that you cannot stop to help no one. And I'm telling you now because it's happening to me. I'm going to say this. I'll say it like this. I started growing. I started flourishing, right? In the midst of that, my family, they might need some assistance of whatever. Like I said, I'm not only talking economically, I'm talking it could be emotionally, I'm talking it could be just verbally, it could be just an advice. But it's not just a little bit of help. It's a big family and a lot of help. So when you have a family that you want to help so much, then that's the part where you have to be really careful. Because what tends to happen is, it's like I told you about plan A and plan B. If you're right now in the process of trying to get to that goal, then you cannot assist no one. Because what starts happening is that in the middle of that assist, then you stay right there. It's like you're going this way, right? It's like this is you. And you're coming up, you're coming up. Family's here, right? And you're like, oh, let me help family. Okay? Mind you, did you see how you were going? So, perfect example. This is you. Look at you. But now family's here. Look at you. Oh, let me help the family. Okay, now you're helping the family. Okay. Okay, let me go again. Oh, family needs help again. Oh, okay. Okay, you're okay. Now, family needs help again. Did you see that? Did you get that? That's what starts happening. So, you're trying to come up, but you're also focusing on trying to help family So you stay there. Now, a whole year went by, and you look, okay, in 365 days, right? It's 365? Because I was like 395. I think it's 365. In 365 days, what did I accomplish? Sarabi, do you mind? What did I accomplish in 365 days? And then I'm like, okay, I don't have any regrets. First things first. No regrets. But when I look back at the year, I'm kind of like, damn. If I would have focused only on me, I would have had a lot more right now and possibly a lot more to offer. Possibly a bigger help. But no, I was too busy stopping what I was doing to go help. To go help. Do you see where I'm getting at with this? So, it might seem like something harsh. It might seem like, oh, or sometimes we ask ourselves, well, then what do we do? So if I don't help them, then what do I do? Like, do I just let them suffer? What do I do? Yes. Because if you don't let them suffer for that moment, it's going to be a little moment that they're going to suffer for. Because if you don't let them suffer for that moment, then what's going to happen is you're going to suffer for a bigger moment. You're going to look back and you're going to say, but I was doing great. What happened? Why did I end up here? How come, why didn't I do better? Because your focus was not only on you, it was on you and your family. You see what I'm saying? Now, if it's the family you're creating, don't get me wrong. Now, that's your immediate family, but it still goes the same way. Oh, yes. No, everyone has to wait for you to be done. Everyone has to wait for you to make it if they want your help. That is the way that it works. There's no other way. Because that not being the case, you're going to see the time pass and you won't see it. What's the difference? What's the difference between antidepressants and just helping the family? Well, exactly. But like exactly what I'm saying. Because and a lot of people might hear it and be like, "Oh my God, that sounds harsh." No, honey, it's not harsh. It's part of the process. It's part of what you have to do. I mean, there's no wrongdoing. God is not going to punish you for this. Actually, he's actually testing you. God is telling you, go through there. Walk that path because he's walking you through the process. He's going to get you there in order for you to be able to do more for your peoples. Because that's the reason why a lot of us are stuck in one place and we can't figure out why we can't move on. This is happening right now to so many people as we speak, that they're just stuck in one hole, and it's not really about them choosing their wrong passion. It's not, no, it's only about what your own family does to you at some point in life. It happens. It does happen. It's happened to me. I think maybe my whole life. And I'm not putting them down. I'm not degrading them in any sense. No, it's not that. It's just that we're all different. It's like the hands. You see, there's 5 fingers, right? It's like they're all family, but none of them are the same. None of them. None of them are exactly the same. But they're family, right? It's the same thing. You come from a family, you're born and raised, you're grown. They're still your family. You're never going to stop loving them. But at some point, your hands, it's like the hands. I mean, they call the ring finger for a purpose. When they ask you, oh, can you marry me? It goes on the ring finger. It doesn't go on the pinky. It doesn't go on the thumb. I mean, what, is pinky gonna get mad? Thumb gonna get mad? No, it goes on here for a reason. So we're family. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I gotta do for me so then I can help you later, because whatever it is that you're doing might not be working out. Understood. But you can't not let anyone in your family put that burden on you. Like, oh, you're the one, or we did this for you, or I did this to put you in school, so now you owe us. No, no. If your parents did whatever they did to put you in school, it's, first of all, you deserve a hell of an applause, a thank you, a hug, and I love you, but that's part of the process. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. Don't get sidetracked here. You're the parents. You're supposed to try to give your children a good education. You're supposed to judge, like, you're supposed to not judge them. You're supposed to be their judge in a sense, like guide them through that path. But you can't take it all on them after, like, oh, now you grown, now you big, and then what about me? I mean, you're grown and big too. You're very grown and you're very big. You obviously had a whole bunch of children. You had a family. You had, I mean, so we all have a brain. I mean, I came from you. So now I'm a go-getter. But, and it's not about putting any family members in a home. It's not about doing none of that. It's just about a simple conversation. Let's talk to our family members. Sit down, have a conversation. Half of this world is going bananas because people just don't speak anymore. People assume. I'm assuming this. Oh no. And then they just go with their own thoughts somewhere else. You know how many people are not talking right now just because they thought homeboy said and homeboy whatever. They never spoke, but they're not talking. They're like frenemies. This is a constant battle in this life we are living. And all you're gonna find out the moment you decide to take some determination and say, you know what? My family could talk whatever shit they want to talk about me, but I'm gonna get up. First off, if your family don't understand your decisions and they start trying to degrade you and put you down, let that, you take that. Take it. But not as an offense. Not as an offense, as a challenge. Whatever negative or bad words they throw at you, get those words, grasp them, and say, okay, oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm this, and I'm this. I'm going to show you. That's what you do. With the negative, the negative words that people feed you, and they're all trying to put you and make you look like you're what you're not. As long as you know who you are, if you know who you are, you ain't got no problems. Oh, why? Because your mom or your dad said it? I mean, take a good look at yourself. You say, okay, what am I doing? Like, for me, for example, I'm not where I want to be. I've been living in a 2-bedroom apartment for like 5 years now already. I'm like, wow, my kids are getting big. I have a preteen. My daughter's about to be 11. Like, I'm like, and mind you, they're still sharing a room. And I'm like, they're very big. They're very spacious and everything. I get that. But at this point, I'm like, and I'm up here in my 30s, still here. I'm paying rent. Why am I paying someone all this money when I could have my own stuff? But one of the real reasons why I don't have a lot of my stuff today is because I didn't put myself first. Because a lot of times I was surrounded by not just my children, family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, my whomever. And it's like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And it was always a we. No, honey. From the moment that you turn over age, it's no we. It's you. Focus on what you want and go for it. Don't let no one in your family slow you down. This happens very often. You know what I hear all the time? I oftenly hear everybody talking about, oh no, the negative people, the negative talks, the negative whatever. But I barely hear. I hear it. What I'm trying to say is, I hear it in the outside, in the real world, the reality. In the real world, I hear it. Oh my, this one, my mom here, this one, whatever. But I barely hear people come on here and pay it forward and tell you, listen, family will fuck up your life. They will mess your life up too. Family will do it, and it's not always intentional. It's not always on purpose. It's just that maybe you were built different. So you came out a little different than what they did. And they don't have the belief you have in yourself for them. So if they don't believe in themselves, they're not going to believe in you. So what is it to them? This is the reality of life that I come to realize. I believe in myself so much that nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. This is me. But I have come to notice that it's only because I've learned to find myself and recognize the hella value I have that I am who I am today. I am a rich bitch. Yes. And it's not all about this. I'm not talking about that type of rich. It's not all about having all this money. No. I'm rich because what I have in here, I have a lot to give, too much. I'm rich because I'm thinking of myself. I'm rich because I'm thinking of my possibilities. I'm rich because I'm gonna conquer my dreams no matter what. I'm rich because I have health issues, and every single day of my life, I get up and I say, you got this. So, yes, I'm rich. Yes. But the only thing that's not gonna stop me ever is a human being. No type. Not one I gave birth to or the one that gave birth to me. And those are two powerful beings. You see what I'm saying? And that's where I want you at. That's why I pay this forward, because I came to notice. I had a whole year. And then I sit down and think to myself. And I say, wait. And mind you, there's no faults. I'm not blaming anyone in my family. Remember that the only fault, I said earlier, I said there's no fault. No, there is one. The only person to blame for whatever happens to you is yourself. You cannot ever come around and say, oh my God, I had a bad year because, oh, my family this, my family that. No, honey. You chose to do that. The moment you said, sure, yes, okay, I'll do it, I'll help, you made the choice. You did that. The moment, thank you, just me, the angel, thank you, love. The moment that you open up your mouth and said, yes, sure, whatever it is, you're the one at fault. It doesn't matter if mom comes, oh, you didn't do, oh, whatever. No, what anyone says shouldn't stop you ever. What anyone says shouldn't, know, because that does not determine who you are. It doesn't. So today I look at myself and then I'm here like, oh, a year went by and okay, you've done stuff. I'm proud. I'm very proud of myself. But I also get to myself and then I start thinking and then I'm like, damn, but you would have had this if you would have done this. And you would have done this if this. And you would have done this. And then I'm here like, when it's just when the year actually ended and I actually, because yes, I do like a whole recollection of my year. When I saw everything I did in one year, I was like, I was so proud. When I saw how much I really had left to do, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, but why did this take me so long? That's when I came to my realization. Yeah, it took me a while. The reason why it took me a while is because I was not only focused on what I was doing, I was also focused on what my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, my mom's man, my brother, my dog. And I'm here like, what? What? And in my case, this was decisions that I made all by myself. These were decisions that I decided that I'm going to do this and that and whatever. And there's another thing. When you start coming up in life and you start doing things differently, the smart way, the right way, then you do want to give a little more. You tend to, especially if you're a humble person, you tend to want to like share more of what you have, of what whatever, because you've never also been able to do it. That comes for everyone. I mean, maybe in another year or so, probably less, I'll possibly be accomplishing more of my dreams, and yeah, by then I'll probably have my house, my whatever. That's fine, but it's very important to always stay very humble while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. Don't There's a lot of people that start. That's why I always say it's money's necessary and it helps. And yes, it does make you happy. It does. Because I used to back in the days, I used to, when I was way younger, I used to be like, money don't make you happy. Money make you happy as fuck. Yes, it does. But it's not everything. It's definitely not everything. It's not what puts a smile on my face. There's nothing that puts a smile on my face more than me actually accomplishing something. Imagine they tell you, I don't know, do 50 push-ups. Maybe you know you can't do 50 push-ups. But the fact that you got down there and you tried at least to do one, when you get up, you're going to say, shit, I'm a badass. I did that. I tried. I did it. It's just a feeling that comes back to you when your endorphins just start opening up and kicking in, and then it's like, and you start just getting this feeling of, okay, I can do this. I got this. And the moment you start feeling like you can actually accomplish something and do something, there's no one that could hold you back down, push you back. That it doesn't happen. But what does happen is, if you are not right in the right mindset, then you'll probably get wheeled in. It's like a wave. See what I'm saying? This is a journey that is like a wave. So if you're not focused, if you're not paying attention, that wave will take you and you'll be there stuck in the middle, like for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And you're like, wait, it's taking me this long? Yeah, it's taking you that long. This is the reason why I pay it forward, because I come to notice that there's a lot of family members out there that are holding us back. And sometimes it's not even done purposely. Like I say, it's not on purpose. But it's because, oh, I need you. Or because I depend on you. Or because, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something a little personal. So my mom was moving recently, okay? And she said, Mommy, just for the deposit, can I borrow some money? And then I'm like, she was like, it's just for the deposit. I have the rest, but it's just borrow it. I'll give it back to you in a few days. Why not? I mean, first of all, it's my mom. I'll do anything for her. And second of all, I mean, why not? And then she was like, I'll give it back. Okay, Mom, no problem. But it wasn't until after that I gave my mom the money that she actually was like, oh, well, look, she has a man there that I think is super whack, that I hate him. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I never did. I don't approve of him. But I already told her that a long time ago. So it's not like I talk to my mom how it is. I don't approve. I don't like him. I don't like his aura, his energy or whatever. But, hypocrisy is part of being decent. So whenever I would see him, hi, how are you? Smile, whatever. There's no need to treat anyone any type of way, because my mom is the one happy. And as long as she's happy, I'm happy. So she moved. When she moves, I'm thinking she's moving alone here and there, whatever. She's like, oh, I just need this. I lent it to her. She's like, I got you back. And I'm like, okay. But it wasn't until after I lent it to her that she actually told me oh, and by the way, this guy moved in with me just for a little while. The moment she told me that, I said, really? Okay. well, Mom, when are you gonna pay me back the money again that I whatever? And she was like, oh well, the thing is that I haven't had it yet. Mind you, the due date that she had told me that she was gonna return the money back had passed. I'm not gonna harass my mom for no money when she's my mom. She needs it to. But when she told me that, everything changed. And I go to her, oh, okay. And I tell her, Mom, you know, I always talk to you like it is. I'm never going to be a hypocrite with you. The moment that I think that I have to do that with you, then I'm going to feel like I'm no longer your daughter. So I'm going to tell you this. One, that I think that you never told me about your guy moving in with you because you knew I wasn't going to give you the money. You know, I wouldn't have lent you the money if you would have told me that. Because, of course, my mother knows me well. So then I was like, but this is just what I think.
This is a reminder.
Alexa, quiet. So this is just what I think. I tell her, so I really think that's the reason why you didn't ask me. You didn't tell me that you were moving in with him before asking me for the money, but you told me after the fact that I already gave it to you. And now you're saying that it's going to take you a while longer. Mom, I'm not going to wait a while longer and I need my money stat. That means like yesterday. I'm sorry, but do whatever it is that you have to do to get it. That was my conversation with my mother. And I told her, you know damn well that it's not about you, but I'm not going to pay for no man to stay anywhere because we are talking about my mother, which means that the man is way older than me too. If you're dating a guy that doesn't have that type of amount of money, don't think it was something crazy because there wasn't that much money. If that guy doesn't have the money, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But this is the way that I am. I'm like this even with my mom because you think parents are the only ones that get to teach? No, I get to give my mom advice and opinions too. I get to take care of my mom too. You know why? For the simple reason that my mom only married twice in her lifetime and spent 40 something years with the same man. So now is that she's redating again. So yeah, she's a rookie. Yeah, my mom doesn't have that much experience. Versus me, okay, I take more. I go here and there. I'm out in the streets. You were born and raised in Cuba. I was born and raised here. Mom, I get to tell you how things work. Why not? You see what I'm saying? And this is what it's about. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, guys, I understand that family is important. I love my family, but there's nothing more important than your mental health, than your inner peace, and than your success. If you do not do whatever it is and focus only on you so that you can reach your success fast, it's going to take you forever. You're going to take a really long time. And in the midst of it, we don't even know if we might be alive. See what I'm saying? No, I need to be alive to see the legacy that I'm going to leave. And then after I'm dead, I still want to see the legacy that I left in another body or dead, however. But I'm going to see it. So I need you guys to do the same because a lot of us think breaking up with our family hurts. Okay, it does. It does till it doesn't. The moment you separate yourself from anything that's trying to hold you down from accomplishing your goals, the moment you separate yourself from all of that, your life changes. You start just seeing clear. You just feel like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That's how it feels. Trust me. It's a process, but we have to go through it. And this is something that's happening to many of us nowadays. A lot. A lot of us have been in the same place for the last 5 years because we are too busy doing for us, but everyone else. If you don't have a house of your own, if you don't have a car of your own, if you don't, if you can't manage to pay everything on your own just yet, then I don't think you could manage to help anyone. I don't think so. Because while you're trying, then you know what's really happening? Like I said, this is you, family, friends. Oh, let me help them. Okay, I'm done. Now you're here again. Oh, let me help them. Family and friends. Oh, let me help them. Are you ever going to get up here? Are you ever going to get up here? The only way to get up here, to reach for the skies like Buzz Lightyear, is by saying, I got this. I got me. I'm going to do what it takes for me. And I got you too. But I got you after I get me. It's a process. You look at your parents, your brother, your sister, whoever, and you say, listen, mommy, I understand what's happening. I'm going to help you as much as I can. But like in the meanwhile, you know what? This is how it's going to be. I'm still going to help you. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to leave and I'm going to do me. You might not see me for 2 and 3 or 4 months, maybe 6, hell, maybe a year. But guess what? We'll stay in touch. Right now, there's everything. There's social media, there's FaceTime, there's whatever. Now you can leave and still see your person and not miss them so much. That's what we're going to do. But I promise that when I come back, then I'm going to help you. Did you get that? I really hope you guys did, guys. For me, it was really important to share this, to have these words with you guys, because I don't think we hear it enough. I really don't think so. I don't think we hear enough how we hear a lot, like, oh, the people around you, make sure your circle, like I say it all the time, I keep my circle so small, it's a square, like it's for real. I barely have friends like that, okay, but it's just the circumstances of life. It happens. There was a time that I had many, and I just realized that, okay, a lot of people don't value the way you should be valued. A lot of people are with you because of an interest. Some people are, there's different types of people in the world. But I'm talking to that one that if you're anything like me and you're trying to feed off that positive energy, you're trying to conquer your goals, you're trying to leave a legacy, you're trying to do right. If you're trying to do right in the world, you don't have to be the first lady. You don't have to be the president. You don't have to be none of those people to be able to do all these things. It's actually, look, we get to do more things that the president or the white lady gets to do. Like, we get to do more, actually, because in a way, with politics and all of that, you're being controlled. All of that, it's a controlled system. I've always think about it, I'm like, man, if I there was a thought. I had a thought, and it wasn't that long ago. And then I was like, what if I just like close myself really hard and then just start reading a lot more and just really gain all the knowledge I need to learn about politics and try to run for president? And I was like, look how many people have judged me as being so crazy, so whatever. And I was like, but what if? I had the thought for a second. So then afterwards I laughed. Right? I laughed because it was funny to me, and I was like, oh my God, like, but I love the fact that I saw myself as a first lady. I was like, look at how I'm thinking of myself. Is it gonna happen? No. No. The school, remember the part I told you guys about the school? The school is not for me. Politics? What? I don't have time for all of this fighting. And then imagine I love fashion. Love fashion. Imagine that I'll have to probably dress like a nun all the time. No, 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 no. I can't. But what I'm trying to tell you is, you know how much more you can do? You don't even have to go that far. You can do so much and help so much more people. That's the good part about being in a free country, right? Okay. So then, my honeys, please think about what I'm telling you. I'm out here speaking to y'all for a reason. I'm taking time off of my schedule to pay this forward because there's a lot of us that need to hear this. Cut it. Quit it. Be strong enough. If you need to walk up and leave, do it. If you need to leave your significant other, if you need to leave your parents' side, your mom, your dad, because it's for a purpose, then do it. It's okay that they're gonna feel bad now. It's okay that they might talk some crap. Yes, all of that is fine. The moment you do what's right for you and you come back for all the right reasons, they're gonna forget about all of that. And they're gonna realize that you were not ever the mistake. You were not ever the one that was wrong. On the contrary, they're actually gonna notice that, well, you decided to leave and you were by their side for 10, 20 years, a whole adult, working, doing this and that, but nothing was ever accomplished. And they might realize that once you took that step of leaving and got away from them, you accomplished a lot more. So then what are they gonna say then? Are they gonna get upset? No, I'm sure they're gonna say, how come? Wow. So maybe we were the problem. Huh? You see what I'm saying? Honey, I'm going to leave you guys with that thought. It's not always the worst thing to do. And they're not always bad when they judge, when they criticize, when they tell you, no, a lot of your family members might be like, oh, who do you think you are? But you're not this, you're not that. I've had it all told to me. If I dress one way, I feel like dressing like this, Mom. Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce does it. Oh, but you're not Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce. You're not an artist like that. Okay. Whatever negative phrase, word, or anything you hear, take it to your advantage. Take it and say, thank you. Ahora esto es un reto. Como yo no soy, como tú dices que yo no soy, pero yo sé que entre ser y no ser, yo soy. Ahora te lo voy a demostrar. That's what you do. That's it. It's that simple. They try you, they tell you, oh no, oh, but what are you thinking? Oh, what's that idea that you have now? Don't let them put you down from any of your ideas. A lot of us have 1,000 of ideas in our head, so I'm going to do this and that. Really? But why would you do that? I started motivating. Back in 2019, I decided that I wanted to talk to people. I love talking. I love expressing myself. I love giving people advice, opinion. I am a life coach as well. So I've been in the medical field. I just love connecting with people. But I remember that back in 2019, when I started this, like there was a lot of people that were like, "Hi, but why are you doing this? Like people are not gonna listen to you, and people are not gonna whatever. Like, what are you gonna get out of that? What do you? What I love. What am I gonna get out of it? What I love. I have a voice, and people get to hear me. And guess what? When I had 1,000 people telling me, no, you should get a real job. No, you should do this. You should do that. I believed so much in me, and I said, this is my job. This is my passion. This is what I'm doing. Take it or leave it. You take it or you leave it. Bye. Skedaddle. And look at me now. Look at me now. Then I created something with my girls. I've had people share my stuff, like iconic people that little old me, didn't even think of. I was like, what? It matters. We all matter, and we're all somebody, okay? There's people out there in the world that work super hard to be super known. They become famous, but they're working. Those people are not like, oh, lucky him. It's not lucky him or her. Beyonce's not lucky. No. Beyonce has a dad and a mom that decided to think like I'm thinking. Oh, and my girls are talented. Oh, well, let's do this. Beyonce's mom. Oh, I do clothes. I'm a designer. She's a designer. And you start growing, but you can't let no one take you off of that. You can't. Because the moment someone tells you, you're no artist, you know this, you know that, and you start believing it, you start taking that in, then I guess you're really not what they're saying you are, because you don't believe it. You're the only one you need to be able to make it as far as you want to make it. Did you get that? All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, guys. I mean, so I'm gonna start getting the hang of it. When more people start conversing back, then we'll start having more of a dialogue conversation. A lot of times I just keep it going because I don't want to lose my train of thought, which happens to me a whole lot. Okay, like a whole lot, and it's not just from smoking pot or anything like that. No, just to let y'all know, I smoke pot for all the right reasons. Body pains, fibromyalgia, it be kicking my ass. But a lot of times I've been in pain. Look, they give me gummies, they whatever. And because I need to be me most of the time, my head needs to be like here. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll do it later. Like after 5, after my kids are here, I've done everything in my house. And then that's when I kind of give my body that time to relax. Other than that, I just try not to think about the pain that I'm going through because I got this, because I'm powerful, and because there's nothing. Like, it's not just family, no, fibromyalgia, nothing or no health issues is gonna put me down. And if you do wanna put me down, shit, you better put me down for good. Like, meaning, like, you better take me somewhere else because I ain't going down. And neither are you guys. Guys, stay real, stay loved, stay connected, stay focused. Stay focused. Believe in you. Don't let nobody stop you. It hurts to break up with family, but sometimes it's what you have to do so that you can make it through. Sometimes you have to break up with family so that you can actually make up later and tell them, this is why we broke up. I couldn't do it when you were here by my side, boo-boo. It's just it. Not everyone's energy is the same. Not everyone's aura is the same. Not everyone's in it to win it. If I'm a workaholic and you're not, I don't care if you're my mom or if you're my father. I don't care who you are. I have a certain mindset. Now you have another one. And if you and I chill together, then it's not going to work out because we don't think alike. It's not that you have to think like everyone, but y'all know what I mean. You could go to a place and if the energy ain't feeling right, you're going to get up and you're going to leave. So if I'm talking about, if I'm saying, I'm going to buy a house, and you come and you're like, houses are expensive. Do you really think you could buy a house? Like, I wouldn't get into that. I'm here like, you're here thinking about, I'm thinking I'm going to buy the house. And you're saying, oh, it's too expensive. You're not going to get the house. And that's kind of a mindset I don't want to be around. Because you see it expensive, but you don't even know the price. Versus me not even seeing the price, and I know I'm going to have it. You see what I'm saying, guys? So, please, keep yourself in that proper mindset. Don't let nobody stop you, especially not family, because that's the number one passion stopper here in this world. I'm going to say it like that. The number one passion stopper or goal stopper is family. It is what it is. I'm not sugarcoating shit because it is what it is. They're the first one to judge, to point, to criticize, to look, to what you're going to do. What? But you haven't even. If you want to start big, start big. That's fine. You like some people are like, oh, have you ever done it before? So if you never done it, why you want to start so big? Because he's that sure of himself. If there's a person that wants to start big because they're that sure of themselves, let them do it. Now you the one not sure, but you ain't even the one doing it. So it's like, what? You see what I'm saying? No, honey, no. We got to put a stop to this because we have a lot to do and a lot to give in this world. And another day, another dollar. Guys, let's get it. I love y'all. Stay tuned. I'll be back Wednesday now. Wednesday. Today's Monday. Happy Monday, guys. I'll be back on hump day. Then I'll be back on Friday. I'm going to try to make this official. This is what I do. This is my passion. So this is my job. So I'm going to be with you guys Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12:30. Okay? Which is the good time because it's that lunchtime type thing, you know? Lunchtime, so y'all want to get a little cheese on, like, or a little conversation. You want to fill yourselves up with good energy on your lunch break. It'll be great because a lot of us need it. A lot of us, y'all know we work that 9 to 5, and we really don't want to be there because majority of us don't even like our bosses because they just want to boss us a little too much. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Diosa's therapy in sessions. Stay connected. I'll see you soon. And I gotta end with my song. Of course, I gotta end with my song. I can't just like not pump my song. Let's do this. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for being part of my journey. You guys are amazing. You are powerful. You have a lot of value. You are magical. You got this. The sky's the limit, guys. This morning. Peace out, guys. I'm out.